everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Nessa and I am an author from Toronto, Canada, and I publish under the pen name and Sage. I write a lot of mystery, a lot of fantasy, a lot of paranormal, and on this channel what I like to do is talk about tips, tricks, things I've learned along the way, some tools that I use for my writing, pretty much anything that helps me in my writing journey as I am moving towards publishing 24 books now. I have worked both as an indie and a traditional writer, and this is essentially what I do full time. And so I thought that I would share this with you guys. I'm also a book coach, so I try to incorporate everything that I do with clients and things like that here on this channel and offer you as much as I can. I have just celebrated a release here with you guys. Thank you so much for joining me, by the way. We just had a really fun release. It was the last release of my paranormal cozy mystery series, Orchard Hollow, Double Long Murder, and it came out this past Tuesday. I am still riding the high of finishing off an entire series, but in the meantime, what I wanted to do is have some sort of author chat. And first of all, to preface this, it is very rainy outside, and so we are in my office because my toddler is downstairs and she's wild. So if you hear any kind of like toddler screeching, that sounds like maybe like a pterodactyl is like passing over our condo building, that would be my child. So apologies in advance. Hopefully you won't see it and the mic will pick up only me, but I just thought I'd put that out there. But I wanted to do an author chat because we haven't had one in a while. And as always, I've got lots of balls in the air, lots of things I'm juggling, and a lot of things happening. And because we're wrapping up a release, I kind of wanted to talk about like how that went and what my plans are for the future. I'm going to be doing a very quick reveal that I kind of teased already on Tuesday accidentally because of a banner mishap that I forgot something was there, wasn't supposed to be. But I just want to talk about what's going on and what I'm up to and kind of how writing projects are going, how life is going, things like that, and just kind of have like an informal chat and hang out with you guys as we are starting up a new month. I'll be going on vacation again, so we'll talk about that in the live stuff. So author things. So release went great. I am super pleased with how it went. Because this is through a publisher, like I don't handle this series on my own. It's something that was signed to a publisher, to OHB. And so I don't get to see like numbers or anything like that as they come in, as I normally would if I was publishing it myself. So I'm eagerly waiting. But sorry, still coming off from that cold that I had. But I will say that I was like stalking the ratings on like Amazon and all that stuff for the entire series, and it was doing really, really well the day of the release. So that's super exciting. Thank you for anybody who has supported the series, who's bought the books, who left reviews. You guys are absolutely amazing. Also, as you're watching this, I would have already picked a winner, so double check the comments because I just replied to one person on the thread from the release video, and that will be the winner of a signed copy. So just get back to me. And I gave how you can email me in the comment. So release went really well. I'm sad, I guess, that the series is over, but also almost relieved because I don't want to approach any kind of burnout with the world, or at least with the characters, because it's a cozy mystery and every single one is a standalone. There's different mysteries that I come up with, but it's also like a cozy mystery has like a certain thing, the way you write it, that what people like readers expect, and there's a certain pacing of it. So when you fall into that same, when you also have the same characters and when you fall into like the same pacing, you can get like really burnt out with it after having 6 books. I didn't want to get there. So I'm kind of like on the one side relieved it's done so I don't get burnt out, but also really sad because like 6 books is a lot to live with characters in. And so it's going to be sad to let them go. But so a few things happening. So I'm not entirely letting the characters go just yet because as I accidentally let it slip on the day of the release, I was supposed to wait a whole week. There's a novella. There's a Christmas novella that is already out now. I'll put the link for it below, and I'll put the link for the series as a whole. But that novella is going to be coming out during like close to the holidays, and so that's good. It's not a full book, so I'm not counting it as a full book in the series, but it is as part, like it stands in the series as well. And that is going to be a really fun little kind of mini mystery, mini murder mystery that I'm super excited about. It's all the same characters, so it's Piper, Stella, Joe, Harry Houdini, of course, the raccoon, and so all that good stuff. And it's gonna have like all the cozy Christmas feels, but there's also like a lot of really cool stuff. And we're wrapping up with some like other characters from the book. So that's really, really fun. And also can be read as a standalone, like all of them. And then there's another little fun thing. So I have signed for a spin-off in this world. And I'm not saying too much about this. I will say that it's a different character from the same world. So in Orchard Hollow, I kind of teased at this character before. This is not a character. What I can say is the main sleuth, so the amateur sleuth in this story that's coming up, is not anyone that we have met. It's not anyone that has had page time, but they were hinted at and they were mentioned in one of the books. I will not say which book. And it is really cool because their like home and where they live and who they are is like a little bit darker. And it's a totally different, slightly different magic system. Within the same kind of supernatural world that's in Orchard Hollow. And another thing that I can say is that there's going to be a talking animal that might not be like a full animal. And there's also going to be a secret society. So I'm so excited for this one. I already have it mostly plotted. Just a couple of things I'm finalizing, and then I'm starting to write it. Whew. So that's for next year. But I'll be working on it this year. But it is like the releases of the spinoff is signed for next year. So that's really excited. So I'm really excited. Oh, and so for the Christmas novella, probably this side is better, but here is the cover for it. Can we talk about how cute it is? I have a cover for the spinoff, but I can't show it like for a while, long while. But for now, look at this little Christmas feels. Oh my God, look at that. The presents and like the color scheme. I just love it. I absolutely love this cover. And like Harry, I just can't. It's too cute. So if you want to read more of Orchard Hollow, this is coming out in a bit. In the meantime, if you haven't read any and you want to catch up, I'll link everything. So now on the next writing things. So I mentioned that I'm going on vacation. It's not really a vacation. Well, it's kind of a vacation. We're going to another cottage. We rented a cottage it's just during the week. It's Monday to Friday. And it's coming up the next week. And so in a couple of weeks, there will not be a video because I will be away. I won't have time to film anything. And so I kind of just like need that time to not rush and skedaddle and just kind of like hang out with the family. And the other thing that I'll be doing while I'm away at this cottage is there's actually like a really cute desk set up there and it's in front of a window and it's like a whole thing. And so I will be working while I'm gone. And we're working less. I do have cover design clients that I have to work on that kind of all landed like around the same area. So I'm bringing some of my gear with me. But the other thing that I'll be working on that is like super important is I'm going to be completely finishing the gothic romantasy mystery that I am currently working on, the one that I'm going to be querying in the new year. I might do a soft query round depending on when Bay does get back to me and how many edits I can squeeze in before November. But if I don't get to finish what I want to do before November 1st, I'm going to leave the first query round for January and give myself more time. So I'm just going to play it by ear. There's no pressure on this one. At least like there's personal pressure and deadlines I've set for myself, but nothing like set in stone that I have to deliver on the contract, right? So that's really exciting. So my goal is, while I'm gone, to finish the entirety of the first draft, my first pass of edits, which I'm doing as I write. So now I'm kind of like 8 chapters behind on editing, and I'm hoping that by the end of when I leave, I'll be about like 3 chapters behind of where I'm writing. And so I want to finish the first the draft, obviously, because I have you can't see, but behind me, I turned my plotting board into a chapter tracking board. And I have right now 8.5 chapters left, and hopefully it's only going to be 8 chapters left by the time I finish this day today, filming today. Today's a Friday when I'm filming this. So hopefully 8 chapters left. I'll probably be able to pump another one out by end of Monday, and then do almost like a chapter a day if I can push it. So I don't want to have more than 3 chapters to write while I'm away, and I want to give that time so that the way that I work my editing, for anybody who doesn't know, and this is going to be like kind of technical, if you're not interested, skip ahead, but this is kind of how I am I'm assuming there's a lot of authors watching this and not as many readers. And so the way that I edit is I will write a few chapters and I'll roughly edit those. And I'm doing that, like I'm staggering that as I'm writing the first draft. And then when I'm done with the whole first draft, I have a list of edits that I keep for myself, kind of like on the side in the same document I'm writing. And then I'll go through that as things pop up. I'll put that in my list of edits. That way I never have any plot holes on the first draft, and things aren't forgotten and clues aren't forgotten to be dropped in. But I'll go through that list of edits and I'll do those. And then I run through an ongoing list that I have of like repeated phrases and clutch phrases that I lean on too heavily. Like some things that, phrases that can be replaced with other phrases. So I have like a whole list. So I will do all of that. And that is where the end of that is where I want to be by the time we get back Friday evening. I want to be finished with all of that, because then what I do is I print out the manuscript on paper, I bind it, I do the whole thing, and then I, with pen, read it, and I'll make other notes for myself. So when this final draft, the printed draft and the notes are done and all of that done, then it goes off to my beta readers. And I have a bigger batch of beta readers for this one, because I'm going to be querying it, and because it's more commercial kind of fiction. I want to get eyes on it more so than I normally would with my cozies, where I have an editor that I work with at the publishing house. And so this is all I mean, right? Before, and I want to get it perfect. And then I guess I don't have to, because at the end, like, if I do end up signing with an agent, fingers crossed. But if I do, there's going to be more edits after that. But I want to get it as close to where I'm comfortable with as possible. And so far, I've had some eyes on the beginning chapters, and people have been really, really positive with what they're seeing. They really liked it. They love the atmosphere, the mood. They really like the characters. They like the magic system that's being set up right now. And so I just have to make sure that carries throughout. And it's easy to lose that as you're writing, because you kind of have the story in your head, but it might not come across as well, no matter how many edits you do. And so that's where betas come in. So that's that project. And then when that's all finished, I'm starting on this next book, the spin-off. So that is kind of like what's happening on the writing side. On other news, I don't know if anybody here is interested in learning cover design, specifically fantasy book cover design. I am running a back to school sale on the course that I offer under Cauldron Press Academy. So that one it has 23 full modules. There's like a ton of information on there, but I also have added, I believe it's like another 14 modules, maybe 13 modules. That is more advanced fantasy hair painting course. So I had a mini course, and I kind of took that mini course and I've added it to this course, and I'm making it this like big full course. And as I add courses, I'm kind of going to do that with this one. It's just going to keep growing and growing and growing, because I want it to be a really well-rounded course by the end of it. And so it's when you get the course, you get lifetime access to all of this. So whatever updates and whatever gets added to it, you will always have access to it. So I'm running a sale, a back to school sale on it right now. It'll be the last sale of the year. So this will be like I don't know if I'm going to do a Boxing Day flash sale. I'll consider it just to get some maybe more students in, but I don't know if I'm going to be like around, or what my energy level will be like to like kind of go through it. So anyway, so there's a course sale right now. If you're interested, I will link that below. I think that's pretty much it. On the writing front, my head is like very much heavily in this gothic. I love it. I have started reading more in the genre. I'm trying to avoid reading so much in the genre, so I'm trying to read like more mystery, because that's kind of like where I want to up it. I'm trying to read more romantasy as well. But the thing about this one is, so that it does have like the romantasy tropes in it. So there's like enemies to lovers. There's one bed, but a little bit of a twist on the one bed because it's just more comical. There's a close like proximity. There's like found like family, found friendship. There's like buried secrets and like family secrets and like a lot of family dynamic in this one, which you would expect from a Gothic book. And so there's like a whole bunch. It's a real mashup of genres, really. And I love it because I love the atmosphere of a Gothic, but I also love the mood of a murder mystery. And I really like the idea of having like enemies to lovers and working together. I love the banter of that and the relationship of it. And so I kind of just really want to have fun with this right now. And so my head is really invested in this book. And I it's one of these books that because I am writing it as you normally would, like when you're trying to query, is you want to write something that essentially is like a standalone, but there is like a potential for like a duology or a trilogy or a longer series, depending on when you go on submission, like what that looks like. But because I'm writing it right now as a standalone, it's a lot to fit in there. And I am having a really, I love writing it, and words just flow when I sit down, probably because it's so different from the genre I normally write. But it's also a lot longer than what I normally write. Right now, I am in the third act, and I'm already getting close to like 68,000 words. And so it's probably going to come close to 90 to 95,000 words. And as you know, as I've mentioned before, if you've been around, I write very clean. And so there's not a lot of cutting that happens at the end of it. I might have to cut a little bit depending on how I query. So if I start querying this as well, the way it's written is I'm writing it as adult, but because it is more clean, it's not like a spicy book. There's like a very low level of spice here and there, like some things happen on screen, but not like too much. And so there's like a low level of spice. So I could essentially also query it as a young adult. And I just have to figure it out because I'm trying to think of like what the comps are. So right now the comps are like that Gothic like atmosphere and the Gothic mystery of Belladonna, mixed with the unique magic system of One Dark Window. And that's kind of where I'm at right now with comps. I'm not done thinking of comps yet, so it might change. I also don't even have, I have a working title that might change also as I'm reading through it for the final time. And so a lot of things are kind of still in the air. But to give you an idea of where this world lives, and so the word count is like building and building and building, and I don't want to cut too much of it because there's a lot of details that are coming through in there. So I'm just having fun. That's where I'm at right now with writing. I am just having fun. I don't have a ghostwriting project lined up for a couple more months, and I'm really like excited. I do have a lot of cover design. I somehow overbooked myself again, as per usual. As a creative entrepreneur, I'm sure you know that we very rarely say no to jobs. And I try to accommodate my authors for book covers because I know what a pain it is to want to book a designer or an illustrator, and they're booked up like a year and a half in advance. And you're just like, well, now I can't, I don't want to wait that long. And so I always try to accommodate as much as I can. I usually book up, I try not to book up more than 3 to 4 months in advance, which is for designers who have been doing this for almost 10 years now, usually are booked up a lot later. And so I always try to take on a bit less. Also because I've got all this other stuff I'm doing. So I overbooked right before vacation. So that's why I'll be dragging my gear with me to the cottage to work there. But other than that, I'm trying to read more. And so, things I'm reading. So I just started The Voyage of the Damned. And I gotta say, I just adore, I'm only 3 chapters in, but I just adore the main character in this book. If you read it and you liked it, let me know. But it's a closed space mystery. So very like Agatha Christie, but there's magic and there's there's a ship, and it kind of feels like otherworldly, but not. And just the main character is just so funny, so well written, so far at least, and I just love it. And I did pick it up because there was an Indigo exclusive hardcover, and I had to have it because it was absolutely beautiful. It's downstairs. If you're on my social media, I'll take pictures of it and show it off later. But that's what I'm reading right now on those news. Personal news, went on vacation, going on vacation again. These are all very chill vacations too. Like, we're not like gallivanting around the world, in a hot air balloon, seeing tropical islands. Like, we're just going to cottages all over Canada. That's cool. And this one here is only like 2 hours away from us. So it's very close and very easygoing. I am trying to think of what I want to do for a reading journal for next year. So for this year, I am using this reading journal. So I designed this reading journal myself, and it's honestly like my favorite thing in the whole world. Like, I really, really love it. I love the design. I was selling them, but the problem is with hardcovers, the price that you have to put on these to actually make it not to even make a profit, but just to break even, is kind of high in my opinion for what it is. Like, it is just like a journal. And also because even though I've put so much work into designing every single page, because there are repetitive pages, as you would expect, because you need to leave book reviews. So there's some repetitive pages in the different sections. There's different sections, but it's, there's like repeated sections as well. Because of that, if you're selling it on like Amazon, I wouldn't want to go through Ingram Spark because it's kind of a pain in the butt with them. But if you're selling through Amazon, they are starting to really crack down on designs like journals and notebooks and stuff like that on the low content kind of books, because so many, like, the internet just got completely flooded with them. Everybody thought it was like this get rich quick scheme where you could like design something really like somewhere, like, and then just throw it on there and make $1 million. That's not the case. Like, it's never going to happen. I wanted to do this because I really needed a reading journal for myself, and I couldn't find one that was like exactly what I wanted it to be. And so I designed it. And then I figured like other people saw it and they wanted to get it. And so I thought I would put it up for sale. But because it was tied to my KDP account and Amazon was cracking down on low content books and banning accounts and doing like their bots were banning accounts and doing all this stuff, I didn't want to risk like my books and that I'm self-publishing, like the Crafting Cozy nonfiction book, the picture book I'm working on. I'm going to have some more nonfiction books coming out. I didn't want to risk that on a journal that wasn't really part of like my writing repertoire. And so I ended up pulling them and like basically killing the whole brand, which is a shame because it was a really, really cool journal. And so now I'm looking for a fun journal. So I've been looking at the Corky Cup Collective, and I really like it. It doesn't have enough space for full critiques, reviews for 100 books. I usually try to aim to read 100 books every year. Whoops, just knocked that camera right off. So it doesn't have space for that, but it does have short, like, star ratings and stuff like that. So that's one of them. It's beautiful. They're beautiful, beautiful books. So I'm definitely like really, really considering that. My other option is to wait until Archer and Olive drops their Halloween collection and get a bullet journal and decorate it all myself. And I really like that because I have a whole bullet journal supply thing from when I tried doing a bullet journal channel and realized that I have no time to do any of this stuff. But the last Halloween, I got this absolutely stunning, just gorgeous Archer and Olive bullet journal. And so I was hoping to maybe do that. That's another option, depending on how much time I have to decorate all of these pages. The problem with that is Archer and Olive, their Halloween collection doesn't drop until November. And they usually don't ship their special edition ones like that until December. And so because I'm in Canada, a lot of times I will get it through like mid-January, if not late January, unless they by some miracle ship out early. So that's a whole month of like reading journal that I would have to catch up on. I don't know why they do this. It's very bizarre. Like, you would think if you have like a Halloween collection, you would drop it like early October and then especially and ship it for the new year so people can start their new year bullet journals. But I don't know, this is what they do. So I was looking at Notebook Therapy too, but I haven't seen anything I like there because I think they're gonna be dropping some stuff in October. So I'll take a look. Basically it's in the air. If you have any recommendations for a reading journal, you let me know. So that's what's happening there. I'm trying to think what else. I think that's pretty much it. Oh, we got a new car. That's exciting. Our car, I was driving our car basically until it died. That was like the vow I made for myself that I don't want to waste it. And so I drove it until it could not be drivable anymore. And so we got a new car, and that was really exciting. What else? I think that's about it. I threw my back out again. Getting old is so much fun, you guys. I highly recommend it. It's great. If you love to throw your back out doing absolutely nothing at all, just like sitting there and lifting up a toddler, and if you like just getting like deathly ill pretty much every 2 months for no apparent reason when everybody else is healthy as a bull, I would 100% recommend getting old. Also, if you like forgetting where you left things, it's all just a bonus, you know. There's just such is life. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have. I think that's it. It was quite a longer, I guess, author chat, or maybe same as always. But I hope you guys enjoy these. I love kind of like doing these informal talks with you and catching up, and it kind of helps keep me accountable too for like the stuff I say I'm gonna do. Because like if I don't do it, I look like a dang fool. So with that said, I will see you next week for another video. Well, I'm trying to think of one that's going to be fun, kind of to get us into the mood of Halloween. And so I might do one on. I know I did craft books, like recommended books for crafts. Oh, you know what? Oh my God, I just remembered. I do have another big announcement. So. And oh my God, and it's like the biggest announcement because it's so relevant to this channel. So I am looking into starting a Substack. Hear me out. I know there's lots of stuff I'm already doing, but I am looking into starting a Substack. And the Substack is going to be for authors. So a publication, I'm calling it Fiction Focus, and it's a publication. It's going to be a monthly paid publication. There's going to be free publications along the way. The free publications are basically going to be kind of like the blog posts that I have on my author page right now. So you can sign up and just read those there on Substack if you want instead. But they're going to be recaps of these videos, especially when it comes to tips and things like that. So whatever these videos are, I'm going to put them up on Substack as blog posts, basically as like little newsletters. And then some posts here and there and stuff like that. But the paid publication. So if you're going to be in one of the paid tiers on Substack there, it is going to be a monthly publication, and we're going to be focusing on one topic that the community is all, like the paid community is going to vote on. So if you want to get a full kind of Gazette newsletter, whatever it will be, for that month on writing, banter, and dialogue, right? And so I will put out a very like research detailed with examples and stuff like that, like a mini lesson basically on how to write banter and dialogue. And I'll give you like good examples from books to read that have it, like things like that. And so that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm working on this. I don't know when I'm going to start it, to be honest with you. I do want to start it soon enough. I will at least start posting all the free stuff there for now, just to kind of like get the hang of the platform, figure it out. I want to figure out how I'm going to like structure the monthly newsletter thing, and how we're going to start migrating people into the paid tier and all of that stuff, and like what the pricing for that will be, because I'm trying to figure it out, because it is going to be a lot of research and work and writing, and putting out these like tiny courses essentially every month, right? But I am excited to do that because I figured we have this channel where I give as much like whatever I can as far as tips and advice and free stuff that I can just provide, because I do want to help teach people everything that I know, that I learn, and I want to provide that in like on a free platform somewhere. But I also have coaching where I coach authors and I work with them one-on-one. However, there's got to be an in-between, right? Because not some people want more than what I can offer here, and that it's more of like a time investment commitment. And I don't have time to do like a full course just yet. It's out there. I'm thinking about it. I'm considering it. But I don't have time to work on that right now. But not everybody can afford like a monthly fee for coaching, or the 6 months to a novel package that they have on my coaching. So not everybody can afford that. And also like depending on how many, like currently I'm working with 16 now authors. And so I might not have time to take on any more, right? And so I wanted to do something in between. And I figured Substack, I've been hearing so much about it, and a lot of authors I know use it. And so I thought that would be a really good in between, where it's like a small commitment financially from people, and a bigger commitment time-wise from me, but not as big as coaching someone one-on-one, or not as big as creating a whole course. And so I thought, let's try it out. Let's see how it goes. If it, epically fails, nothing lost. It's good to try things. I'm always big on pivoting and trying things and doing new things and seeing what's out there and what works and what doesn't. And this is right up my alley, because otherwise I might have to, learn how to use TikTok. And I don't want to do that, just in general. It's like another to-do list that I'm postponing. And so I figured this was it. So that's a huge thing. I can't believe I left that till the last. I'll do a little write-up, probably in the description, saying make sure you listen to the end, because I remembered something that was very big and very important. So now we're done. And thank you for staying with me as I brain farted all over you. But thank you for hanging out. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And as always, I hope you stay magical, and I will see you next week. Bye.